we're going to go ahead and punish our opponent. We're going to go Boss's Orders, bring this up because they have nothing going on in their hand. And let's go ahead and go Grass Knot on our opponent's Sobble. You are now watching Zach Lesage, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Zach Lesage here. Word up, today we're going to be covering over Leafeon VMAX. Leafeon VMAX paired with Galar Mine hits really hard with Grass Knot. In this video, I'm going to be covering over my deck profile updated with Fusion Strike cards, and I'm going to be showing some awesome gameplay. The list is available in the description for copy and pasting right into PTCGO. That being said, let's jump into my list. So here we have it, the Leafeon VMAX deck. Leafeon VMAX is all about using its Grass Knot attack to do 60 times the amount of retreat cost in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. So you're doing a lot of damage when they have a larger retreat cost. Most Pokemon have 2, but when you pair this with Galar Mine, the Stadium, you can increase the retreat cost by 2 and hit relatively hard. I wasn't always a huge fan of this deck, but the consistency of greening cells turn 1 to attach a grass energy to one of your Pokemon, shuffling your deck, and then ending your turn is amazing because next turn you're really just looking for another energy to attach to your Leafeon VMAX. You can use Drizzile to search for a Galar Mine and really be in a commanding position. If your opponent plays Air Balloon, you have access to Tool Jammer. If your opponent's playing Hiding Darkness energies, you can get rid of that energy with Fan of Waves. This deck seems to have everything going for it. And of course, if you need to do extra damage, you could use Quick Shooting to put those 2 damage counters at a time on your opponent's Pokemon. Overall, this deck has been performing very well because Single Strike URSHIFU is very popular in this metagame, and despite Mew being one of the best decks in format, Leafeon VMAX can still fight with most of the metagame that exists right now. There are some builds of Leafeon VMAX that are starting to pop up with Galarian Moltres. If that becomes a little bit more popular, or if lists become a little bit more refined, I will cover that deck as well on this channel, so stay tuned for that if we get to that point. Otherwise, let's jump into some awesome gameplay with this deck. So our opponent's going to be calling the coin flip, and we won the coin flip. Yo, let's go. Let's go give them the friendly hello. Baby Rattle looks like they're showing some love over here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start off first. I mean, a pretty great start if you have to ask me. We have access to Leafeon, which means we can use greening cells on our first turn. And this is why Leafeon, most of their decks would be, we missed an energy, this sucks. We have the energy and we are good to go. So let's go ahead, drop the Sobble so we have access to our Drizzile for the next turn, and let's go greening cells, attaching a grass energy to our Leafeon. We can go ahead and check through our deck and see exactly what's going on here. But this is how this deck can kind of power itself up very quickly, and if we top deck an energy or a boss or anything, we could kind of target any V Pokemon they put down for a knockout. We also have that Galar Mine. So you can see how quickly this deck can just kind of roll. Looks like we're playing against Rapid Strike URSHIFU with the Melanie engine. So that's something that we might want to watch out for. So fingers crossed that we get the right kind of top deck. We could also go ahead and bop that Tower of Waters with our Galar Mine to make things happen. I guess we also need an Evolution Incense, so we might be a little bit out of our way to make anything happen because we can only get an Evolution Incense, a Leafeon, or a boss, or an energy. But so far, so good. Looks like we're in an okay spot here. We did end up getting another Leafeon V, so not really too bad. We're probably going to go ahead and go Galar Mine here. Let's put this down, and I think we're going to go ahead and play Marnie. I think Marnie sounds like the correct call here. So let's go ahead, search through that, grab Marnie, and really hope that we can get something going on. If they ended up attaching a Rapid Strike energy, it also would have been notably good there. I'm also going to go ahead and Scoop Up Net this Drizzile just so we have access to another Sobble, and we are going to go ahead and play the Marnie. So fingers crossed we get Energy Leafeon VMAX. So we do have Energy Leafeon VMAX, which is going to be quite helpful for us throughout this game. So let's go Leafeon VMAX there. Let's go Capture Energy here so we can grab another Sobble out. I mean, I don't necessarily think they're going to knock out our other, like both of our Sobbles with G-Max Rapid Flow. If they do, they are susceptible to a Max Leaf or a Grass Knot or anything else like that. I could grab another Sobble out, but I'd rather leave our options open with Drizzile. So let's go Grass Knot for the huge knockout on this Passimian. Goodbye, Passimian. We're going to be up a prize card already. So unlike Single Strike URSHIFU VMAX, this Pokemon, when it evolves, it's going to have 2 retreat costs. So that's one thing that we got to worry about a little bit. Our OHKO potential is not going to be a lot on the G-Max Rapid Flow, but we have ways to get around that. we'll see what our opponent did. We just Marnied them on the second turn of the game, took an easy knockout, and they might not necessarily have much going on in their hands. They might go ahead and pass here. There's a water energy. Yeah, wow. So we are just going to completely kind of jump right back into this game. So far, I'm pretty happy with just going for Level Ball here for a Drizzile. I mean, I think that sounds like a relatively strong thing. We're going to go ahead and grab an Energy Search just so we can get the other Leafeon all powered up. So let's go ahead and make sure that that happens. There's a Grass Energy. Because we're just kind of running through the list and giving our opponent less options, we could go ahead and attack the Sobble as well. They might struggle with that. So you want to know what? Maybe we will go ahead and go with some kind of play like that. Let's go ahead and grab another Sobble here. So I'm about that. We're going to go ahead and punish our opponent. We're going to go Boss's Orders, bring this up because they have nothing going on in their hands. And let's go ahead and go Grass Knot on our opponent's Sobble. So you can see how Leafeon's, you can see where other opponent playing well played, that we're probably just going to take this dub, and they might just be conceding right now. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to play out the rest of their turn or see exactly how it plays out. We might be able to get another attack off here, or maybe they're going to go for a Crobat. There's ways for us to make this happen. There is that Crobat. So maybe they're going to jump back into the game. Quick Ball, certainly not a bad top deck if they had that, or playing the Crobat down, certainly not too bad overall. Jumping back into this game for our opponent, I guess. So far, not so bad. I guess our play didn't necessarily add up as nicely as we'd like it, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and send up, I think we're going to send up the Sobble here. Or actually, yeah, let's send up the Sobble here. Our opponent might just try to knock us out or something else like that. They might just go for a GMAX Rapid Flow. We'll see how that plays out. Not sure what they're going to be ending up doing here, but so far so good against one of these top decks in the metagame. Leafeon just really hitting hard very quickly. So yeah, looks like we're probably going to get hit with the Gale Thrust. There's that knockout. The reason why we didn't send up this Drizzile is because I do want to eventually evolve into a quick shooting Inteleon. So let's go ahead and send up our Leafeon because that's going to be our big attacker here. And let's... I mean, we got another energy. By all means, let's play that down. Let's go for a Sobble. We'd rather not play Crobat down because they can GMAX Rapid Flow or Gale Thrusted or anything else like that. Considering their hand's still a little bit unstable, we are going to go with the Professor's Research play here. And let's try to hurt our opponent as much as possible. I think that's always the strong goal when we're playing Pokemon, is let's see what we could do against our opponent's deck. Let's go ahead and start quick shooting our opponent's active. They're going to be taking 240 damage to 60. Actually, I guess it doesn't really do enough to get the knockout there. We are going to go Fan of Waves to try to hurt them with this play. Let's go ahead and just go for quick shooting. Let's try to get some damage on their Sobble. Maybe we could get the double knockout next turn or something like that. Maybe it will add up eventually, but it's not going to really add up on the active at this point. The quick shooting's not going to matter too much. So let's go Grass Knot here, 240 damage. As long as our opponent doesn't play a Cheryl, we're probably in a good spot. So let's see exactly how that plays out. We might just be trying to go for a Boss's Order to win the game at the very end. So far, I'm feeling pretty good that we could draw 2-3 prize cards next turn and put ourselves in a position to really win the game after that. Our opponent might go ahead and go double knockout on these Sobbles, so we might not necessarily have too much going on. They might actually be like making a little bit of a comeback in this game. Now, I'm not sure if they do have a way out of the active spot. That's something that we got to kind of consider while we're playing this out. They've already attached and gone through all of that. Looks like Drizzile is going to be able to get them that Tower of Waters, or maybe they're going to get a switch, or maybe they're going to get an escape rope, but I think that we're getting GMAX Rapid Float on these two Sobbles, so our opponent's going to be down to 3 prize cards. There's the escape rope. I'm totally fine to put up the Sobble. The reason why I want to put up the Sobble is because I think they're just getting knocked out. This is one of those things where if you're able to correctly predict what your opponent's doing in these matchups, I think we're okay. They might knock out the Sobble and they might hit into the Leafeon VMAX. That might just be their sneaky play. Oh, they're just going to hit into those two. Got it. Interesting play on our opponent's behalf. Let's evolve this one. I mean, we're still pretty good from a lot of things. So we're just gonna go ahead, attach this energy here, and I'm gonna go ahead and play Marnie. I think Marnie sounds like I don't want to play Marnie, that's the sad part, but we are gonna go ahead and play the Marnie. I think the Marnie's the best play that we could possibly make right now. Actually, we shouldn't have attached the grass energy to the active. The reason why is because we're gonna have to find an alternative way out of the active spots because of the stadium. So we are gonna have to use a switch here. So let's go. Drizzile goes here. Let's go ahead, search our deck for a switch. So we should have attached the energy actually there, so we could have used Max Leaf. I think that might have been a little bit of a better case. So let's go like this. Let's go ahead and go, maybe we don't need the other Drizzile. I think it's better right now that we don't. Let's go quick shooting goes here in case it eventually adds up. I mean, I guess they have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to hit them 5 times. Probably is not going to happen. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think it adds up anything. So I'm just going to hit the Drizzile. That's a little bit closer to getting knocked out, I guess. And we're going to go ahead here and hit hard with Grass Knot again. So we're struggling a little bit this game at this point. We did get everything off with the Leafeon VMAX, but our opponent just seemed to, with that top deck out of the Crobat and us going after their Sobble, that they were just able to miraculously recover over everything. Now, depending on how it goes, they might not necessarily have the Rapid Strike energies, or they might not be able to make everything happen the way that they want it to happen. But we'll have to see how it all plays out for our opponents. Oh, they're just going to go G-Max Rapid Flow again. So if they're able to make the G-Max Rapid Flow happen, they win the game. They'd win the game. They would totally win the game. Now, for us, we're in a little bit of this predicament where I can't necessarily say if they have access to everything that they'd want to have access to, or we can't necessarily knock them out with the quick shooting Inteleons, even though that we probably want to. I don't know if there's like a boss's orders play that we can make that's any better. Like, our opponent either has the G-Max Rapid Flow play with another Raw Melody and another just like anything going on, or not. I think that's really where we're at. We can go ahead here and go quick shooting goes here. Quick shooting goes here. And I'm going to go ahead and go for an Evolution Incense. Searching my deck for a Drizzile. I mean, I think we just go ahead and take the knockout. I think that's the best thing that we possibly can do. Fan of Waves isn't going to do anything. Boss's Orders isn't going to do anything. Tool Jammer is not going to do anything. So it's really just one of those things where we could get Professor's Research and maybe heal a little bit. Not sure if that's really going to add up throughout the rest of the game. But let's go ahead and try to make it happen. We're going to pitch that away. No reason to do anything else. Let's go ahead for the Professor's Research. And I mean, we do have access to another energy, but again, it's really not helping us out. We could just attach to another Pokemon so we're ready for them to do some kind of escape rope play or anything else like that. At this point, there's no reason for me really not to attach a Tool Jammer. Like, we have game in hand for next turn. It's either our opponent gets it or we get it. So they'd have to have Melanie, Rapid Strike Energy, and just use Rapid Strike G-Max Rapid Flow for the 3rd turn in a row, which would be crazy. I mean, it totally can happen. And if they get us, they get us. It is what it is. We'll see exactly how it plays out. So there is the quick shooting Inteleon. That is 2 prize cards for our opponents. They might be able to go Gale Thrust. So if we could have maybe healed from that one, that would have been really cool. But unfortunately, we didn't even find a grass energy to heal from this one. Will they be able to find something else to win the game? That's the big question. Because we're down to 2 prize cards left, and there's their Melanie. Do they have it? They need to have a Rapid Strike energy in order to win this game. It looks like they might be able to go for a Drizzile here, and the Drizzile can go Evolution Incense for a Octillery, and then the Octillery can go ahead and get it. So you want to know what? Leafeon VMAX didn't win this game, but it did really show how quickly Grass Knot can kind of take off. And I mean, we were really just like our opponent going G-Max Rapid Flow, G-Max Rapid Flow, G-Max Rapid Flow 3 turns in a row in order to take this game in some exciting gameplay. Even though we didn't win this one, it was a great game overall, so shout out to Baby Rattle for playing this game. Randomly on the ladder, just love playing into people who have some awesome gameplay to share with us. So there's the thing, we're going to go ahead and give them the heart, and they're probably just going to knock out our Leafeon and our Drizzile. We were one turn off from getting the knockout on that Drizzile. Oh no, it totally happens though. That's what we got going on for this game today. Hopefully everyone enjoyed watching Leafeon VMAX in action. Those early Grass Knots were great, and I totally thought we were going to beat Baby Rattle because they didn't necessarily have a great setup going on at the beginning of the game. Maybe if we knocked out that Rapid Strike URSHIFU and drew more prize cards quickly, we would have been able to win the game, even though I think Sobble was obviously the correct play. Their top deck of that Quick Ball really put them right back into the game, and maybe Rapid Strike URSHIFU is a little bit better than most players are posing, or just saying in general. So it is one of those things where Grass Knot's a great attack. It's a little bit better against a single strike variant or Pokemon that have more HP, or ways that you could potentially get a knockout. I think where we struggled is where we weren't able to get a knockout in that particular match, but Leafeon VMAX did set up and really show you what we could do in general. So overall, I thought everything was great in the gameplay. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. The list is in the description, so be sure to check that out. That being said, I'll catch up with all y'all later. Thank you so much for watching again. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.